Hey, this is Tammy Walker, the owner of Dreams Are a Reality. I created this channel to provide light and love, and I hope you're doing well out there. I am doing pretty good. Today, I want to talk about the necessity of self care. Self care is no longer optional, it is a priority, it is a straight up must. It used to be where, we kind of pushed ourselves to the back burner. We didn't take vacation days. We worked 60 hours and all these hours. But with the fastness of life, with how expensive things are, with all these emails coming at us, social media, cell phones, and the pressure, you got to take care of yourself. It's imperative. Your health depends on it. If you don't, you can really become quite stressed out, become ill, and you all know the worst. You can end up losing your life to stress, and it's just not worth it. So, let's talk about it. First of all, emotionally, you need to. I'm sorry, I'm looking at my other computer. You need to be able to talk to someone when you are stressed out, overwhelmed. This is where you have a time for reflection. You could do your journaling, your therapist, your some people they talk to their pastor, they talk to a mentor, a life coach. Also, with your emotions, it's always good to listen to music. Music is so therapeutic. Coloring is amazing. I know, like Michelle Obama does knitting, working out. You can't go wrong with the happy endorphins. So, those are some of the things that you can do to help your emotional self care. What about your environment, where you live, your home? Is it junky? Is it crowded? Is it cluttered? That really impacts the mind. If your space is clear of clutter, you can think better. When stuff is all over your floor, all over your table, like mine right now, because I'm working on it, but that's not how it is normally. I like a clean table. All of these things really help your mental capacity. So it's important to make sure your environment is clean. Let's see here. Yeah, like even if you could recycle, pick up the litter, reduce waste, all of those things really help. They said redesign a room. That's always good. Like, put some shelving up or reorganize your closet, which I keep redoing, and I have to stay on top of it. Oh, another big stressor is finances. If you don't know how much money you have coming in, you don't know what you have going out, you're overspending, you're having a lot of bank fees. Oh, that was one habit. I had to get rid of that habit of writing out those checks. Well, you don't do checks no more, hardly. Only, almost never. Maybe if I'm giving money to somebody. But bouncing those checks, knowing darn well you don't have that money, that is played out. And oh God, I just had to break myself up from that nasty habit. $35 per insufficient fund. You do it twice, $70 you giving to Bank of America in my case, or Capital One. I don't think so. I don't think so. So that is a habit I just flushed in the toilet because $70, that's what? A nice, very nice dinner, a bill I could pay, a utility bill, some shoes, a nice blouse, my hair style. I don't think so. Savings, most important. So, yeah, be careful of your finances. Always balance your checkbook. Know what you have coming in. Know what's going out. I tell you all this about my budget. Old school, write it on a notebook, one through whatever. I know what bill is due what day, and I highlight it. Old school, I know it sounds silly, but it really works. I do a spreadsheet for everything I owe, and I'm really trying to make sure I stay on top of it because when my finances are not right, I become very stressed out and very anxious. So we don't need that. Get on top of your finances. If you're like me in my age range, 50s, late 40s, 50s, it's not even too late in your late 30s. Start with your retirement. Get your retirement on track. So once you do retire, maybe you get to retire early, maybe a little later, like I'm planning, possibly a little later, but you'll have money to live off of. Let's see. Physical. We gotta walk. We gotta eat healthy. I know it could be tough. Oh, every time I see that 7 to 9 hours of sleep, I just cringe. I'm not a good sleeper. I'm not. I'm gonna work on it. I am definitely gonna. I'm trying to work on it, but I've never been an 8 hour sleeper. Never. So is it a chance that's just not in the cards for me? However, when I used to go on vacation, I would sleep 9 hours. I remember one time Eddie was standing over me. He said, "Girl, I had to make sure you were alive. You was sleeping so hard." He said he was watching me like she's still with us. When I'm on vacation, it's like no worry in the world, especially in Fort Lauderdale. I'm just like, this is the life. This is the life right by the beach. So that's when I get my sleep. But always get your annual checkups. I was talking to my dear friend about this. We were both saying how proud we were that we got our colonoscopies done. I always get my mammograms done. I don't play with my health. That your health is your wealth. Don't be scared. Some people be like, I'm not going to the doctor. I'm scared. I'm scared not to go because you don't want to oopsie. And these days with this modern technology and science, they can jump on top of these health situations if they know about it. But if you put it off, you're only making it much worse. Get your colonoscopy, get your mammogram, get your prostate exam. It's not going to be pleasant, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. Okay, let's see what else we got here. What about your social life? Isn't it nice to be able to meet up with your family? Like I was telling you all, my sister turned 54. I'm 52, she's 54. We right back to back. And we had a beautiful breakfast with her. Brunch, might as well say. But delicious food, giggles, conversation, good times. So these are the things you want to do. My other friend turning 50 next week. So this Friday, I'm kicking it with her and her family. They like my family. I've been knowing her forever, since we were little bitty babies. So I'm looking forward to that. These are the times that make you so happy when you get to spend time with friends. Over Christmas, I was with my Miss Laura, my 94-year-old beautiful Miss Laura, and my other friend. She bought a new home. I got to hang out with her. So it's just good and a blessing to have family and friends. Make sure your social life is good. I just did a podcast on being alone and the beauty of it. I love it. I love being alone, but I also love being with people. So as me and Simplistic Motivation, we were saying, you got to have that balance. You don't want to isolate yourself when you're not with people. You do want to have a mixture. Balance is key. You want to always exude positivity. Utilize technology when distance is a factor. But when you're with people, put that phone down and always have a big laugh. That's the key. What about your spirituality? It's so important to meditate. I got to meditate this morning. Seems like I needed it. Pray. Pray, pray, pray. And now I try to pray most days. But I hate when I get on this path where I'm rushing in the morning and I skip the prayer part. I'm like, girl, you can't even afford to do that. In this type of world, you need to pray every day. So I got a little bit of order to get back on track. I'm a little out of order at times because that prayer is the key. When I say my prayer is real good, I notice a smoother day, which it should be. But you want to meditate, pray, reflect. Yoga, I was doing yoga a few months ago. I really enjoyed it, but I was rushing to the yoga class. So I'm trying to get out of that. If I'm going to yoga, shouldn't be rushing to the class and then rushing back home. That's like counterproductive. I was going to get a facial yesterday. I canceled it. I wasn't feeling 100%. And I had to work. And I'm like, I'm not coming back and working. When I get my facial and my massage, I want to be like chilled. Rest of the day is for me. So I'm really trying to be intentional about not rushing and packing all that stuff back to back. but your higher purpose. What does that mean to you? Your higher power. Your faith is what can get you through having cancer, can get you through losing your loved ones, can get you through being laid off, or a big bill comes, or your car breaks down, or your heart becomes broken, or you're worried about your loved ones. Their higher power, in my case, God, Jesus, is what gets me through. My faith. Even when I don't see it, I believe it. Even when I get doubtful, I say, forgive me, God, for doubting, because I already know what you already done for me. So your faith is what gets you through. I love the movie What's Love Got to Do with It, when Angela Bassett played Tina Turner, and the part where she began to study Buddhism and how that got her through that hard time with Ike. And she stuck with it. And look at her. To this day, this lady is still alive and doing very well. But it was her faith, and I don't judge whatever people believe in. But what I did like was the discipline she had to pull herself out of that bad situation. That's an inspiring story. And the movie is just one of my favorite movies. A story of redemption, of faith, of empowerment. And she said, Tina Turner said, I want to sing, after she got away from him, I want to sing to a big crowd. I want to be the first black lady doing rock and roll. I want to sell out stadiums. That kind of stuff you can't even make up. That's just some law of attraction, I believe I could fly type stuff. I mean, that's just amazing to have that much faith in yourself. And to see her in that denim jacket and that leather jacket, and she was not in her 30s. She had to be in her 40s because she's 80 now. And came out with that. What's Love Got to Do with It? And I'm Your Private Dancer. That story is the best story of redemption. So remember, self-care is important. It's no longer optional. It's a must in 2023. And the reason why so many people are depressed and anxious, they don't even have time to stop and smell the roses. They're running to do this. They're running to do that. They're stuck on their phones. They're stuck in email. They're stuck at work. They don't even have time for their husband or wife or their kids. They just on this hamster wheel going nowhere fast. They're not going to the doctor or dentist or paying attention to health. They're too busy just running around in this rat race. Take your sick days, take your vacation days, take your leave of absence. Don't brag and say, I haven't even taken vacation. That's not good. It's bad. Don't give back your employer. Don't give your employer back your days off. Take some time off. If you're going to work 60, 70-hour weeks, do the same with your vacation. Take 60 hours off on vacation. Take 40 hours off. Do something for yourself. You only have one shot at this thing called life. Don't burn yourself out. It's not worth it. Don't think you're Superwoman and Superman, because your body is going to let you know. And trust me, no matter how old you are, you could be young and you can burn out. It's just not worth it. Alrighty. I hope this makes sense to you. Self-care is no longer optional. It's a must. Alrighty. Tammy Sharice Walker signing off. Take care of yourself. God bless you all.